or a splendid morning to the April gathering. It is both an honor and a privilege to extend my heartfelt salutation to our Honorable MD Sir, respected Ma'am, esteemed Principal, revered teachers, distinguished dignitaries, cherished parents, and my fellow companions in learning.
Today, as we all gather here to celebrate our annual presentation, we are not only celebrating academic achievements, artistic talents, or success in sports. We are in fact celebrating the spirit of curiosity, creativity, and strong values that our institution continuously nurtures.
Let me begin with a thought to reflect upon. Education is the process that transforms potential into energy, and it is the most important thing. So, our today's topic is globalization. Globalization is the powerful force that connects nations into one interdependent force through trade, technology, and ideas. It has transformed the planet into a true global village while opening doors to technology, opportunities, and ideas. So, let's start the assembly.
Let us connect our spirits to the higher power to see blessings and wisdom.
Now please stand up and put your right hand on your left shoulder and get ready for the prayer. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high.
Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high.
Where knowledge is free.
Where knowledge is free.
Where the world has not been broken up into fragments.
Where the world has not been broken up into fragments.
By narrow domestic walls.
By narrow domestic walls.
Where words come out from the depth of truth.
Where the words come out from the depth of truth.
Where the mind is led forward by thee.
Where the mind is led forward by thee.
Into ever-widening thought and action.
Into ever-widening thought and action.
Into that heaven of freedom, my Father.
Into that heaven of freedom, my Father.
Let my country awake.
Let my country awake.
God has the power to ignite mind and transform destinies. To enlighten our gathering with wisdom distilled in words, I invite Anshita to share with us the thought for the day.
Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. It is the true change brought by globalization. I repeat my thought. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. It is the true change brought by globalization. Thank you.
Drama is not mere performance, it is a mirror of society, reflecting its struggle, dreams and truth. A skit through brief information carries power to awake thoughts, feel emotions more deeply than the volume of face. With great anticipation, let us now witness a thought-providing skit presented by a class with grade students, whom can bring history and humanity alive on this very stage.
Before 1991, India followed a closed economy with heavy government control. Economic growth was slow, averaging around 3.5% per year. In 1991, India faced a severe crisis with foreign exchange reserve, sufficient for only 2 to 3 weeks of import, forcing the country to rethink its economic policy. At this critical moment, reforms were introduced under Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao and Finance Minister Manmohan Singh. Their policies transformed India's economy and integrated it into the global system. Dr. Manmohan Singh is widely regarded as India's economic liberalization.
Let us travel back in time to an India that was not isolated but deeply connected with the world. An India known as the Golden World, rich in culture, trade and knowledge. Through its silk routes, not only ideas but goods and traditions also traveled across continents. India fed the world with its spices and also clothed the world with its cotton and silk. But history changed. Colonial rule drained India of its wealth and prosperity turned into exploitation. The golden bird began to lose its shine and economy weakened over time. Fast forward to 1991. India stands at the edge of an economic crisis. Foreign reserves are nearly exhausted. Inflation is rising and the country is on the verge of collapse.
I am collapsing. I can barely survive. That is choking me. Prices are unbearable, jobs are disappearing.
Endless license, endless corruption. How can we grow like this?
The situation demanded bold action, not small changes but a complete transformation.
The nation demands change. We must act now. No power on earth can stop the change. This time has come. Today, we open India to the world. We introduce LPG reforms, liberalization removing unnecessary control, privatization promoting private enterprises, and globalization connecting India to the world.
Foreign direct investment will now be welcome. The public sector will be disinvested. Efficiency will replace inefficiency.
We are not losing control. We are redefining it for growth and progress.
As India moved from a closed economy to an open competitive system, as these doors opened, a powerful force entered.
I break barriers, I connect nations, I bring markets, technology and opportunities.
India, we see potential in you. We are ready to invest.
With globalization came the multinational corporations, companies that run across continents reshaping production and trade.
I am the multinational corporation. I do not belong to one nation. I operate globally.
Does that mean one product is made in every country?
Exactly, this is the global production chain. Efficiency, cost cutting, and profit maximization.
Production was no longer limited to one place. It became a global process. But what truly accelerated this transformation was technology.
And technology. Distance no longer matter. With the internet and the communication system, the world is just a click away.
India is now a global IT powerhouse, outsourcing software and digital services that connect us to the world.
Soon, these changes became visible in everyday lifestyle. Markets expanded, choices increased, and lifestyles transformed.
Wow, so many options, better quality and competitive prices.
Growth is rising. India is progressing.
But every story has another side, and globalization is no exception.
Cheap imports are hurting us. How can we compete?
Machines and big companies are replacing us.
Big brands dominate markets. We are being pushed aside.
While some gained opportunities, others struggled to survive. This raised an important question. Who ensures fairness on global trade?
I regulate the global trade. I promote free and fair exchange between nations. Free trade benefits to everyone.
Why do powerful countries set the rules?
Negotiations are complex.
The reality is rules are often influenced by powerful nations.
You ask us to open markets. Do you do the same?
Globalization without fairness becomes exploitation.
Yet, India adapted and evolved. A new era emerged driven by ideas and innovations.
We are the new India. We create cosmos.
With globalization, we access global market instantly.
The digital revolution transformed India into a hub of startups and innovation. Recognizing both the challenges and opportunities, the government stepped in to guide the process.
Globalization must be done. We bring initiatives Startup India, Make in India, Skill India, and Digital India.
Will growth reach everyone?
That is the goal. Inclusive growth.
Development is a journey, not a destination.
And now we stand at a point of reflection. Globalization is neither good nor bad by itself. It is a tool, and it depends upon us how wisely we shape it.
Reforms brought growth, but growth alone is not enough. Policies must evolve with time.
And justice
must walk alongside growth.
I have grown, but I must be growing for everyone. Progress must include us all.
The doors to the world have been opened. Globalization opened
Opens the doors to the world. Now it is our duty to ensure that every citizen walks through those doors with dignity.
My discussion is not about speaking points on the topic of globalization.
Good morning, respected teachers and my dear friends. Today, we are here to discuss one of the most important forces shaping the modern world, globalization. Globalization is the process through which countries become interconnected through trade, technology, investment, cultural exchanges, and communication. Today, the world operates like a single system in which one event of countries immediately affects the other one. For example, the Russia-Ukraine war affected the global oil and wheat supply, directly impacting the prices in countries like India. That's how interconnected we are. But globalization is not only about growth, it also creates inequalities and challenges. Therefore, today we are here to analyze globalization to political, economical, social and cultural perspectives along with India's journeys and future challenges. The core concept of globalization means the free movements of goods, services, capital, labor, and technology across the borders. It reduces barrier between the countries and creates a global marketplace. Institutions like the World Trade Organization regulate global trade rules. Today, global trade contributes around 60% of the world's GDP, showing the level of integration. No country today is completely self-sufficient or depends on others for resources, market, and technology.
Globalization is not new, but modern globalization began after the 1990s. It was accelerated due to the excess use of internet, mobile communication, and digital payments. Today, more than 5.3 billion people use internet, making digital globalization even stronger than the traditional trade. Earlier, trade took months, but now with the help of modern globalization, we can trade across different continents within some seconds.
Globalization works mainly upon multinational corporations. Companies operate in multiple countries to reduce costs and increase profit. For an example, a smartphone may be designed in the USA, manufactured in China, and sold in India. This system allows companies to use cheap labor, better technology, and wider markets. This creates efficiency but also increases dependency between countries.
The major feature of globalization is global supply chains. Today, 70% of global trade involves intermediate goods. However, this system is fragile. During COVID-19, supply chains collapsed, causing shortage of essential goods, medicines, and chips. This exposed the risk over globalization.
A recent example is the global semiconductor crisis, where the disruption in chip production affected the industries like automobiles and electronics worldwide. Countries like the USA, China, and Taiwan dominate over the chip production, and shortages caused many industries to slow down.
Another important current example is the tension between Iran and the United States over the Strait of Hormuz. This narrow route carries nearly 20 to 25% of world's oil supply. Due to conflicts in this region, oil prices rise globally, directly affecting countries like India that depend on oil imports. This shows that even a regional conflict can impact the entire global economy, highlighting both the interdependence and risk of globalization.
Before 1991, India was a closed economy under strict government control, also known as license Raj. Economic growth was slow, around 3.5%, and also known as Hindu rate of growth. In 1991, India faced a severe economic crisis with foreign exchange reserves. Imports lasted for only 3 to 4 weeks. This forced India to open its own economy. At this critical time, reforms were introduced under Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao and Finance Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh. They introduced ideas like liberalization, privatization, and globalization, which transformed India's economy and connected it to the global market.
In 1991, India faced a severe economic crisis with very low foreign exchange and rising debt. To improve the situation, P.V. Narasimha Rao and Manmohan Singh introduced LPG reforms, liberalization, privatization, and globalization. These reforms reduced the government control, increased the role of private companies, encouraged foreign investment, and devalued the money. As a result, this transformed India from a closed to an open, market-oriented economy and achieved faster growth.
Ram Nagre ki hal hai?
Globalization has significantly boosted India's economy. India's GDP is now around $4.15 trillion, making it sixth largest economy in the world. The IT sector has grown massively with companies like Infosys, TCS, and Wipro providing employment to millions. India has also become a major exporter of services, especially in software and business outsourcing.
Globalization has improved living standards. India's middle class has grown to over 300 million people. People now have access to better education, healthcare, and global job opportunities. However, inequality has also increased. Urban areas have developed rapidly, while many rural areas still lack this facility.
Culturally, globalization has led to exchange of ideas, food, fashion, and lifestyle. Western culture has influenced Indian youth through its fast food, clothing, and language. While it creates diversity and openness, it also raises concerns about the loss of tradition, culture, and values. For example, local language and customs are slowly declining in some regions.
Globally, the USA has a GDP of about $2.3 trillion and China about $20.8 trillion. India with $4.15 trillion is growing fast but still remains the sixth largest economy. China contributes nearly 28 to 30% of global manufacturing, while India contributes only 3 to 4%. This shows that India needs to strengthen its manufacturing sector to compete globally.
Despite its benefits, globalization creates challenges. Income inequality is rising, where top 10 hold a major share of it. Environmental problems like pollution and climate change have increased due to industrialization. Small business often struggle to compete with large multinational business. Also, it can lead to economic dependence on powerful countries.
In the future, globalization will be driven by green energy, artificial intelligence, digital technology, etc. India must focus on skill development, infrastructure, and manufacturing to develop fully. The goal should be balanced globalization where growth is inclusive and sustainable. In conclusion, globalization is a very powerful tool for development, but it should be used very carefully so its benefits reach all sections of society. Dance is the hidden soul of the language, and classical dance is its most elegant expression. With every graceful gesture, rhythmic steps, and tradition find its voice. Now let us delight in the elegance of this classical dance performance.
Poetry is rhythmical creation of beauty in verse. Each verse is a painting of emotion. Each rhyme a melody of thought. Let's welcome Anadya Lakshika for English poem.
The poem read by Rudyard Kipling teaches us importance of patience, self-control and strong character. It shows how one should stay calm in success and failure alike. The poem's message is that true greatness comes from resilience, honesty and balanced thinking. By following these values, a person can become mature and admirable.
If you can keep your head when all around you are losing theirs and blaming on you. If you can trust yourself when all men are doubting you, but make allowance for their trust too. If you can wait, don't get tired by waiting. Being hated, don't give up way to hating, yet don't look too good, not talk too wise.
If you can dream and not make dreams your master. If you can think and not make thought your aim. If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same. If you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap of fools, or watch the things you gave your life to be broken and stood and build them up with worn out tools.
If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on a turn of pitch and loss and lose. Start again at your beginnings. If you can force your heart and your nerve to sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, to serve you when there's nothing in you except the will that says, hold on.
If you can talk with the crowds and keep up your virtue, or walk with the kings nor lose the common touch. If not, friends, neither foes can hurt you. If all men count with you but none too much. If you can fill the unforgiving minute with worth, a 60 seconds distant run. Yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And which is more, you'll be a man, my son. Thank you.
Music is a language which connects every heart. So please welcome Anjan and Radha Arora for Hindi song.
Where words fail, music speaks. The instrumental note that follows are not merely sound, but echoes of passion, discipline, and artistry. Let us lend our heart and ears to the melodious instrumental performance.
Music is the universal language of mankind, a melody that transcends boundary and touches the very soul. So, to immerse us in the symphony of emotion, let us now welcome Anand to present a melodious English song. In every heart a dream is born, a world of love and unfold. Different voices what we bring, together we can break the chain. No walls between us, just open sky. Hand in hand, let's go far on. Together we shine, like the stars above, holding the light of peace and love. Voices unite, hearts in pride. Together we shine, together in time. Colors may be different, but hearts the same. Harmony is song with pain. Through every trial, every storm, together we'll keep the world warm. No hate, no fear, no turning back. Together we'll break the world on love's bright track. Together we shine, like the stars above, holding the light of peace and love. Voices unite, hearts align. Together we shine, together in time. Thank you. When rhythm meets synergy and passion joins unity, the stage comes alive in colors of joy. Prepare to be enthralled as our vibrant performers set the stage ablaze with their group dance. same